Flashback.
Good evening. So, yeah, eventful day.
End of flashback.
Good morning. So, today is actually day 2 of my trip. This is a solo part of the trip. So jam-packed yesterday, did not have time to film anything. Airport runs with the family, leave Alice Springs, didn't get out till lunchtime, and then crawled into Cooper Pedy late last night. So wasn't much happening yesterday. So what we're going to do today is leaving Cooper Pedy. It's now 6:30. So plan is to be out in the next half an hour. Being myself pretty basic setup at the moment, it's not that hard to do. Surprisingly, the trailer is holding up really well. So this if you haven't seen, previously we were doing a budget camping setup. So at the moment, just in a swag on my own. Picked this up on Facebook Marketplace for $100. Seen it, couldn't pass it up. So the other swag was going to be too bulky for what I needed, so I just figured I'd snap this one up. Then we come over to trailer setup. So I think I am having, so to the kettle off, I think I'm having some airflow issues. The fridge freezer doesn't seem to be running as effectively as it should be. Minor issues. I think I sealed the trailer too well. So yeah, at the moment we're running, it's got it set to 1 for the large section, which is just the fridge, and set to -20 for the freezer. I think, so I mean, it is freezing inside of the freezer, and there isn't a lot in here, but I think the main issue that I'm having is down the side of this divider, not sealing properly, so it's letting a lot of cool air escape into the fridge section. And the fridge section is pretty full, like that's how it is all the time. And as I'm taking stuff out, I'm rotating warm stuff in and then putting the colder stuff at the top. So that doesn't seem, I don't think we're having an issue on that side. I think it's more down the sides of the divider, and possibly not enough airflow around the inlet. So you got an inlet on that side, inlet on that side, and that seems to be where all the warmer air is coming out. Alright, so what we ended up doing here, so we've got lights built in, just on a switch on the side. So the battery monitor cranking away just there. It says on 97%, but that's a bit defective. I had the fridge on eco mode last night. I got into camp and it was reading 13.4. So if you use 0.7 volts overnight on the fridge on the eco mode, and also had Apple Watch on charge at the same time. So it won't go into that too much because there is an upgrade in there since our previous setup. But this drawer has held up really well. Bits and bobs in there on slides. Haven't got that all the way out at the moment, just as I didn't need to. But yeah, storage for chairs and tables and a few bits and bobs on that side. All little miscellaneous stuff in that box. Table. Now we will be doing, there is a whole heap of changes needed. I knew there was going to be. That was a given. The table's not as good as I would hope. The fridge slide, it works. I think with the rebuild, I might be looking at doing an upright fridge, and convert it from a back entry here to a side entry. Yeah, so it did tow really well. So it is only small. If you look at it, the swag is actually bigger than the trailer itself. So a lot of the weight is over the axles, but we're going to be making some changes. So the drawbar, the A-frame of the trailer, I don't think is long enough. And ideally I'd want to extend that anyway, given that I want to put a toolbox just here where the spare is, mount the spare differently. So I think maybe just mount this, once we redo this, it's going to have a lift-off canopy, mount the spare on the back, and possibly extend the canopy over just a touch, and then have a toolbox on the front of that. But yeah, otherwise have it as a side opening, kitchen on the passenger side. That's the plan anyway. Haven't really got too much of an idea of what I want to do yet. Just all really dependent on this trip. Now, this is an absolute mess at the moment, but before we get the family, toilet on standby. Got 20 litres of diesel there. Also have another 20 litres of diesel on the side of the trailer. Miscellaneous tools and extra cans of Coke that I've been rotating out. Bedding, table. So family camping setup for when the family joins. Now that it's only just me, I haven't loaded anything on the roof. So as you can see it now, it's in the back of the four-wheel drive. When I pick up the family, all their suitcases and that will go in there. So there's enough space in there. The camping setup will go up onto the roof, and the swag will be up on the roof as well. So I'm going to get packed up, hit the road, and make it to our next destination. I'm hoping that I make it to where I want to. It is 1,000 Ks, which gives me enough of a short travel into Victoria for tomorrow. So today is Sunday. Plan is to get into Victoria on Monday. 2.5 years. COVID, work, family, it's been crazy, and yeah, it's a trip that needed to happen. So Shanae and the kids are in Brisbane. So they're over there seeing family over there, and as I was driving, we planned this trip with me working a full-time job. So we'd prepared everything, we'd paid for everything, we'd booked everything ahead of time, well ahead of time. That was with me working a full-time job. Obviously now with being self-employed, I've got more time to do a lot of other things. And my business is still going while I'm away, which is great. So yeah, we'll pack this up. We'll head down the road. Got a couple 100 Ks into Glendambo, and we'll pick it up along the way.
One eternity later.
Good evening. So yeah, eventful day. Talking pretty soft because got a lot of campers around. So we're in Tintinara, finally made it. 13.5 hour day to do 1,000 Ks. 43 degrees today, so that was fun. Lots of work needed. So ventilation wise for the fridge. The exhaust, that's the outlet, I'm pretty sure. And then you've got inlets on either side. So at the moment we're sitting on 1 degree, so the larger section there is for the fridge. Got an eco mode at the moment, and the smaller section is the freezer. Set on -20. That one I'm pretty sure is actually set to -2. So this has got a sleeve divider in the middle. It's not 2 separate sections, so I think we're gonna have to seal that up in the center in the divider. Run some tape down either side. Obviously it's a removable divider, but yeah, definitely have to sort out some ventilation, whether or not I do it down the side here. Worried about putting it in the front. I might get it away with it, just having one there. Main reason I'm worried about ventilation on there is because if we get rain, then I don't want the rain to go in. So set swag up next to the four-wheel drive. Let me pop this and we'll get into what's been evolving for the day. Alright, so 43-degree day today, which is fun. Mind the white residue all over the radiator cap, as well as all over the overflow. That is a head gasket sealant, because I actually thought that I'd done a head gasket at some point today. Turns out on this model vehicle we have 2 thermo fans. So this one here is, that's meant to be the thermo fan for the radiator. So when that overheats, when it gets to a certain temperature, it'll turn on and cool the radiator. But it actually has, I'm not quite sure if you can see that too well, that's actually the air conditioner condenser. And the radiator's all the way back here. So it actually has to go through the radiator into, through the aircon condenser into the radiator. It has a clutch fan, belt driven on the inside. So I'm believing that the clutch may have let go inside the fan, so we need to find a solution to secure that, to actually physically secure it to the clutch rather than having it, free spooling on its own. That should help. So yeah, 43-degree day today. Engine temps, radiator temps were through the roof and then back down. Hot crosswinds all day. So yeah, had that on all day on low with the windows open. Seemed to help because that fan was always running, but again, has to go through the aircon condenser. And then this one here, luckily I had these leads switched. So as you can see, that one there, follow it along, is grey plug to black plug. So black plug is actually meant to be the air conditioner fan, and the grey plug is actually meant to be the overheating temp fan, which this one here is a black plug in the, tucked it in the bumper. This fan is actually not working at all, which is not good. So luckily tomorrow is 20 degrees. It's a 4-hour trip into Warrnambool, which would be good. So that's made things very interesting for the day. Yeah, stopped in at Tintinera. It's about 400 k's into Warrnambool tomorrow. So yeah, 1,000 k's today, 13.5 hour drive. I really hate driving through Adelaide. I should have taken the bypass expressway. That would have been so much easier. Now I'm hoping in the morning, depending on how bright it is in the morning, we'll be able to get a look around here. If not, after I pick up Shana and the kids and we're going to travel back to Victoria, we will be stopping back here again anyway with them. So we'll be able to run through this place and give you a look at what it's like. And I'm pretty sure, so there is grain silos. We're literally like 100 metres away from the highway, which is good. So the campsite is actually I think it's a weighbridge for the grain trucks. And yeah, there's grain silo there. So for now, this is me done for the night. Have a couple more drinks. Try and think of a way of resolving this. Luckily it's during the week as of tomorrow, so records will be open and go see some family, see if we can try and sort something out. If not, come Wednesday I'll be in Melbourne, so luckily it's a cooler few days. We'll just have to keep the aircon on and go from there.